Hello, art people. We are about to get started here on a new art project. So this is called Suffix Frog Ponds. Oh, my camera was doing some weird things. So go ahead and grab your piece of paper. And then the first thing you do is always the same. You pick up your pencil, so you can now get your pencil. If there's not a pencil that you can write with, you'll turn your card red and wait patiently, and I'll come and give you a pencil. So I'm going to look around for red cards. If I see any red cards, I'll give you a pencil. Other than that, go ahead and write your name in the bottom right-hand corner. And your class. This is a third grade lesson, so you're going to write a 3 because you're a third grader. And the first letter of your teacher's last name. And then just draw a box around your name so that you don't get any, so that you remember not to put any colors in this. Because this is very important that we keep this part very clean. Like that. All right. Now, we are going to go ahead and start off with drawing a pond without the frogs. And you're going to think about where you want your 3 to 4 frogs to go, just like it says in our flow map on step 4. So let's go ahead and draw our pond. So you do not have to draw it just like me, but I'm going to go ahead and draw something that splits up my water from the ground and the sky. I'm just going to draw a simple line. But if you have another idea for drawing your pond, you can do that instead. So draw something that splits up the sky and the ground and the water. And make sure you give yourself enough room for 3 or 4 frogs in the water here. All right? Okay, so now we're going to add details to really make this look like a pond. So the first thing you can do is draw some lily pads. So let's say you want a frog to go over here on the right. You can draw a lily pad over here. So it's just a curve. It's kind of like a shape like this. So a stretched out backward C, or maybe just an oval. But instead of drawing the whole oval, you only draw most of it, and then you're going to go in at a diagonal line and then back out. So it kind of looks like Pac-Man a little bit. So that is how we're going to be drawing a lily pad there. So here's one, and then let's go ahead and draw a second one. So it can be facing the other way, so a big curved line that almost connects. But instead of connecting, it does, it's kind of like a V shape, like so. And let's do another. Here we go. I didn't mean to make this curvy, so I'm just going to make it a little more pointy. There we go. All right. And then if you want to do your 4th lily pad, you are welcome to. Okay, I'm just going to do 3. And then the next thing that we need to do is figure out how are we going to make our sky and our ground look like our sky and our ground. So for me, I'm going to draw some grass. So I'm just doing these like really tall spikies that kind of overlap each other a little bit. So I'm going up at the point, curve down. Just kind of putting these all over the place. And this is going to be my grass. But if you have another idea for your ground, you can. I'm just doing these pointy spikes here. So I'm doing like a curve line and then bringing it back down. Curve line, bringing it back down. And then I'll go in and add some more. Maybe some more wavy ones. Some taller some shorter. These are my blades of grass. And I can, of course, go behind one. So if you want to draw a blade of grass that goes behind another one, you just curve up and then jump over. Curve back down and jump over. You just jump over it to make it go behind. So currently what you should be doing is drawing something for your ground. It doesn't have to be grass like mine, but it certainly can be. But something for the ground. And I'll put some music on for us to listen to while we finish drawing our ground. Alrighty. We are now done drawing our ground. So the next thing that we're going to do is draw something that makes it look like the sky. Okay? So you can draw little butterflies in the sky. You can draw dragonflies in the sky. You can draw a sun if you want. You can draw a rainbow if you want. So anything for the sky. So go ahead, I'll turn the music back up and we're all drawing sky things. Alrighty. So we are done doing our sky details, and now we are going to go ahead and draw something that's called the foreground. So in art, when you're doing a piece of artwork, there's something called space. So space is it's where there's a foreground, so something in the front, a middle ground, something in the middle, and a background, something that's in the very back. So it makes it look like it has a depth. So we're kind of giving the illusion that you're looking out through a window and it looks really real. And one of the ways that us artists make things look real and like you're looking out a window is by adding foreground, middle ground, and background. Okay, so our middle ground is kind of like our lily pads, our frogs, and our lily pads, what we're going to do here. Our background is our ground and our sky. So we need something for our foreground, which is going to be in the front. So you can draw one of those plants that looks like this that you see at ponds, and inside there's like a bunch of fluffy kind of things. So you can draw, I think these are called cattails, these plants here. You could draw a big piece of grass in the front that has like a ladybug on it or a dragonfly on it. So we're doing something that's in the foreground. It's going to be really big because as things get closer to us, they get bigger. So I'm going to go ahead and do the ideas I just had. I'm going to draw one of those cattails first. So it's going to be really big. Like this. So go ahead and draw one of your big things, whatever you want that big thing to be. I'm doing this cattail plant. And then, of course, anything you covered up, and we're just putting them on the sides because we want to be able to see our frogs when we do our frogs. Anything we cover up, we know this in art class, we always erase anything that we covered up. So, for instance, I went over this lily pad here, so I'm going to erase this part of the lily pad. So go ahead and erase anything that you drew in front of. Get a stronger eraser. Yeah. Like so. Okay, so we've drawn our, oh wait, and I have to erase all this grass back here. There. So now it looks like it's in the front. And I'm just going to draw over this again because I accidentally erased some of it. There. So this is what we call overlapping when something's in front of something else. It's called overlapping. Okay. So, again, another item for our foreground. You can put it on this side, or if you want all your foreground items to be on this side, that's fine. As long as we can see where you're going to put your frogs. So I'm going to go ahead and do that other idea, which is to draw like a blade of grass. And I'm going to draw a little dragonfly on it. So I'm just going to do dragonfly body, an oval for this, a long tail, and I'm going to draw some wings coming off of it. So curve line for the back wings, curve line for the front wings. And then I'm going to give him little legs to stand on his blade of grass. But you could do something else. You could do a little ant. You could do a little ladybug. You don't have to have an animal on there. And then I'm going to give him these eyes, my smile. That's my dragonfly. All right. And then I covered up this blade of grass with the wings, so I do have to erase that. So that's all I covered up with this foreground detail. So you go ahead and anything that you covered up with that one, go ahead and erase it now. And I think I'm gonna change my dragonfly a little bit. That's cute. And if you wanted to draw a couple more foreground items, big items in the front, then you can. I'm just going to do 2, but you at least need to have one thing in the foreground because that's one of the things I'm teaching you in this lesson is space has foreground, middle ground, and background. So obviously like all your stuff that's in the background is smaller, right? Like look at these little butterflies, they're small. In the middle ground, we're going to have medium frogs. And in the foreground, we have big things. So it just gives the illusion of being real. All right. Okay, that is going to be it for this video. You guys did an awesome job. We just needed to draw our pond. And in our next video, we will draw the frogs for our pond, okay? Awesome work, you guys. See you in the next video.